Today we have Maverick, Honeycutt, Jacqueline Stowe, who's a board member of Restorative Justice. Charlotte was the economic hub for Black business, you see? So, and I'm not telling, Jacqueline and her buddy this as if I'm teaching them something, but I'm saying this for the recording so people will know exactly what we're talking about here. But we're talking about a Black Wall Street, which is what it was called. And they had the beginning stages of, because Charlotte eventually becomes the center of banking. It's the second largest, maybe the third largest banking center in America, with assets, $7 to $8 trillion, right? But Blacks were in the center of that. And they had the Mecklenburg Investment and Trust. They were creating their own banking opportunities. And so all of that now is destroyed. The center of Black business now is scattered, and is scattered in a way in which it interfered with the economic progress of a whole community.
I can't say that I'm going home. My roots were destroyed. They were erased. People say, I'm going home for Christmas. I'm going this. Well, my home is right where I'm sitting now. That's the only home I can identify with now, even though it's in Charlotte. Quote, I live right off Lawyers Road. But I can't identify with Brooklyn now. My home, I'm sitting here right now, it was shot into. I had 20 plus bullet holes in my house about 2 years ago, where I was in my bed sleep. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I woke up, I heard all this noise. I jumped late, fell out the bed on the floor, and my brother, his room is upstairs. Anyway, the neighbors are having a party or something. And long story short, I ended up with 21 bullet holes in my house through the artwork, through the walls, through the kitchen, through the hallway.
There was really no way for the community of Brooklyn to voice their concerns. I think I found a couple little posters where the Brooklyn community came together, and I'm pretty sure it was at Bethel AME, where they had a meeting where they wanted to voice their concerns about their community getting destroyed. And for the most part though, I think it was really just word of mouth. People found out that they were gonna have to move out. And then, like I said, the redevelopment commission started coming around, and they would offer people, if you actually owned your house, they would offer you, the very minimum amount they could offer you.
It took from 1963 to several years to get back settled. My point for me and my family is we lost the YPD experience, the young people experience, because that's where they taught character and value and that sort of thing with the young people.
The families, but it wasn't enough. I recall one interview with Barbara Steele. She was saying the worst thing about it was that people didn't get enough money to get a new house and to make a new life for themselves once they got kicked out of Brooklyn.
There were people who were relocated from Brooklyn through eminent domain. And then those very same people that were relocated and now living in Earl Village, when Earl Village became unlivable, or when there were decisions enforced upon them, they had to move. So now that's 2 times people have been relocated.
And we couldn't even go. My dad and granddad, they were veterans, but segregation, we couldn't go to Freedom Park. You would get arrested if you...
Wait. So you're saying to me that they fought in the war.
They fought in the war.
But couldn't visit the monument that was set up for them in Freedom Park.
That is correct. Little Black Jacket couldn't go over there. You get arrested.
Greer Heights was named after Arthur Greer.
The
funeral.
Funeral home, yeah.
Okay.
And they bought the land where Greer Heights Church is now. They donated the land. But in Greer Heights alone, you had the older people watching out for you. If you did something, somebody saw you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
And before you could get home, your parents knew about it. That is what they say, you take a village to raise a child.
That's right.
And back in the day, that's the way it was.
The ends of the spectrum are the gap is so large. The economic gap between white and black is so large in Charlotte that when you try to average the average median income, it really impacts the blacks who are making, again, Charlotte is the hardest place in America to escape poverty. And that is the African economy that is bringing it down. Yeah, so statistically, according to Raj Chetty and the authors, I think they're out of Harvard, it's the hardest place in America to escape poverty.